Yeah.
Hello and welcome to
And now we're talking
Real Estate.
real
Whoop,
estate.
whoop. I'm your host, Jillian Stickney,
And I'm Michelle Patterson-Nip.
and together we talk about a lot of things real estate. We've been realtors for 20-ish years.
That's right.
And no,
And we just have lots to say. So
lots to say about real estate and things that aren't real estate. So please join us for that adventure. Hashtag getting old.
Yeah.
And your
We do
your
not
leg
care.
MRI. What was that this
Oh my
morning?
God, my X-ray.
Whatever. We do not speak of this, but Michelle was just running two
Ugh.
different pairs of glasses in the studio for
I have
her
no
vision.
shame.
Yeah.
I have no shame. I have like two multiple.
Yeah, you need
Same
one on your
hair.
head.
Yep.
One around your
Yep.
neck.
Yeah, because we do not care. We
Speak for
do
yourself.
not care.
I am fighting the old eye train, so I I have
You're fighting the old eye train?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Is that like the 6?
right? Yeah, exactly. No, so I'm yeah, exactly. The evening commute home. No. So the eye train is my visual like peepers. I am running a tough ship. Like, so I don't coddle them. Like, you know what? Yeah, so because I have glasses, but I wear them rarely.
So you're trying to actually train your eyes?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to not soften them. Don't want them to be, I'm conditioning them to be good little eyes and do their job correctly.
Well,
If I just make their life too cushy to the
I already have bionic eyes, so
you did but that was a long time ago, right?
Yeah, it was a couple years.
Oh, couple. Okay.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Just because I was kind of like, I don't love wearing glasses. I do just like sometimes like night driving,
Right.
far away stuff, right? And so yeah, so I try not to wear them as much as possible, and I was kind of like, at some point do I get the surgery? But I think I've kind of come to the point where no, like I don't want to. But
you know what? If you don't need to get it, and I didn't have laser surgery for correcting it. I had a cataract and astigmatism. So
again, hashtag getting old, cataracts. Like what the yeah, you're allowed your double glasses if you've got
Thank you. Well, this is what's funny about it is that I did not, when I had glasses before, it was so that I could see far more clearly. And then when I had the cataract, yeah. So my near vision was fine, right? So now enter 2024 and this cataract comes and you get your eyes looked at and it's like, oh, you have an astigmatism, like a stigma what, like, yeah. And both of them, it's like, well, you might as well do the other one too. So it goes from getting it, the cataract kind of taken care of to correcting the astigmatism on both eyes. So now as a result, I can see distant very clearly.
But close up.
And that's only because I sprang for the mid-level one. So you have 3 choices. You have like the monovision, and then you have like either the midline, which is like you could see far, and then you could see like computer screens,
I'm just
TV
gonna stop you
screens.
here. Listeners, we've warned you. We sometimes talk about
On
things that aren't
tangents.
real estate.
Yeah. And
But
then
Michelle and all her glasses, it was like, and her like,
and my whole life and my whole getting
and
old,
her cataracts, and she was,
you turn 50 and then that's it.
yeah,
That's it.
Look out.
Yeah. So, but I didn't spring for the Cadillac version, which the Cadillac lens is like, it takes care of everything. So far, near, mid. So now I have these cheap readers to deal with.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, the good thing they're cheap, so.
Right. But it's kind of like, I think with, unless you get the Cadillac, you kind of like solve one problem, but then another problem kind of pops up. That's why I'm like, I don't really want to mess with it. And it's certainly not at any level now or yet where I need to, but so you're not going to find me with more than one pair of glasses for a while, folks. If I have anything to do with it.
But I loved having glasses. Like when I had found out about Zenny or those places where you can get like cheaper lenses,
yeah.
I had like
Yeah, I
3
could see you
pairs.
having fun with that. Yeah, for sure.
It was fun.
Yeah. Okay, so to the business at hand. On this episode, we want to discuss realtors and social media.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess there's like a few different like channels this can go, but I don't know, like, did you want to like,
Well, the thing is,
where did you want to start?
Well, that's just it, right? Because now social media, it's like so huge. There's so many different platforms. What do you do? What do you not need to do as a realtor?
Mm-hmm.
And we had talked about this before about how it, as much as you want to try and keep a lower profile in some areas, you have to promote your listing and you have to promote yourself.
That's the thing. It's like you promote your listing, which, so maybe you are promoting your listings and what have you on your platforms, your social media platforms. But that's really, I'm not thinking, oh, one of my followers is going to be like, hey, I want that. What they're supposed to take away is like, oh, look at Jillian doing all this business. If I'm going to be buying or selling, like, I'm going to think of her, or maybe friends, family, whatever. That's what social media is meant for. Maybe some realtors might tell you that your property is going to sell because of social media, and never say never, but it's like, that's not,
No, I've never had somebody like hold the phone, right? I've seen this listing on Instagram that I absolutely need.
Well, because buying isn't like that. Even if that was their property, like, you don't just go and look at one place and be like, yep, that's it. Then you're all of a sudden like, oh, well, what are these other? Is this even worth it? Like, oh, I better qualify for a mortgage. What do I do with my current living establishment? Like, people aren't like, and so if they're at a point where they're like hot and heavy and ready to buy, like, like need a place, financially like lined up, they're looking at anything that's on the market. So you're going to be on the market because you're listed, but your realtor's promoting the listing on social media, which, like I say, is to promote them. But it's like they're going to see it anyway. But so the social media is to promote the realtor, not the listing or the property purchased or the real estate story. That's all just default, whatever, to bring you back to promoting the realtor.
Right. So, and times have changed because now we've gone from, hey, let's just look at this static picture, or maybe like 8 pictures of a listing, to all of these shenanigans that are happening.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the
what are you going to be doing?
Realtors won't do. Oh my goodness, right? And I mean, realtors, like, they're going to be top or bottom, however you want to put, like, of that pile, right? Like, they're pretty shameless sometimes, right? Like,
right.
So,
well, there's this funny one with a horse, and so it's just how far some realtors would go just to promote themselves and their listing.
Yeah, like just kind of, like I think promote themselves. They will tell the seller it's promoting the listing. That is another classic lie. But so, as a lot of our audience may or may not know, or we've mentioned a few times, I'm an equestrian, and I'm not just like my grandparents had horses that I rode in the back 40, like when I was 8. Like, I originally lived on a farm when I was younger. When I grew up, I wanted to be a cowgirl. So, yeah. So I know, in my Western ways, I didn't know about show jumping, but fast forward and moved to the city and, started riding down at White Mud, but did English and show jumping, and have kind of sort of done that ever since. Definitely took a hiatus sort of after school and whatever for a while, but I've been back into it for, I don't know, probably 13, 14, 15 years now.
I was going to say at least 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, anyway, and very horsey. Like, I own a horse. I like literally was just at a competition on the weekend. It's like I'm out there every other day. Like, it's certainly very prominent in my life. And I guess what I can tell you is, like, they're a 1,200-pound animal, prey animal that have like some serious flight or fight type skills. And, like they're not just this cuddly little creature. And if you don't know what you're doing, you may not have business doing it.
Well, and we'll figure out a way to show you the clip that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be some new IT for Michelle. But basically, we'll set the stage. So, of course, a lot of realtors, they're just trying to get creative, do different things to promote listings. And I mean, it's certainly not in our local market. I don't know. This was maybe somewhere in the States or something. I just kind of wonder.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she was trying to promote a property. Like, you almost have certain, this is pretty specific, but there are, like maybe more of an HOA or like neighborhoods that are very horse forward. So there might be some communal horse stuff, even though it was very much, suburban. It wasn't like downtown, but you were on a street with houses and whatever. Yeah. So, so it's a video. An agent is doing a video for her new listing, and well, I don't know. So
lo and behold, like this horse,
the horse takes off. But it was interesting because I had a few people send it to me because one, I'm a realtor, and two, I'm horsey. So
that's what I think is hilarious, is that like there's a few people who got that
and sent it to me
and sent it to you.
Yeah. So anyway, but I mean, what was your take? Because you had a funny take on it. I can't remember something about, you're like, well, she's in the flannel and like, I don't know, like, because this is this is one of the things where Instagram versus reality, like, a lot of people who aren't horsey might look at that and whatever, but this just goes to show like how phony so much of, like, it's like,
well,
the opposite.
I thought she knew what she was doing because she was dressed for the part. She was in flannel.
That's the thing. She had a cowboy hat on. Yeah.
She had a cowboy hat.
She was wearing shorts, my friends. Shorts. There is no rider in the history of history that, no, you don't ride in shorts. Unless maybe you're bareback, like on a horse by the ocean. But like, no, if you're in tack and stuff, no, your legs are going to get shredded to bits.
And when you say bareback, it means that there's no saddle on it, right?
Yeah. But you know how you kind of see, like, I don't know, like just imagery of like, oh, like horses on a beach maybe have a bridle, but you're kind of wearing a tank top and jeans. I'm like, maybe then. But basically, I can tell you the tack for one is going to shred your legs. Like, like, you wear, like, I wear field boots. They come up, like, you don't, you're not out there.
They're called rider boots for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And they go like halfway up your your
and then
calf,
not only that, I'm wearing a
very
very specific, like, kind of hardy type of, it's a breek, it's a pant, like, you're not just, because even back in the day, I remember we would ride in chaps more often, so you'd have like jeans and then chaps, and I had like a kind of a where it had rubbed through because you get a lot of like traction at certain parts. And I still to this day have a scar, and that's still through jeans. Like, no, people, you do not. And that was like maybe from one ride. Like, it is like, anyway, so that's neither here nor there. She was certainly not dressed for the part.
Do you think that horse was like, what the heck? What is this?
Oh, probably. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's kind of like, I don't know. And they kind of like, if they panic, and like, you can have the best horse ever, but, you know, if something's up, they know. And they actually have like they're known for having a very large energy field, and they're very sort of empathic. And so if something kind of starts snowballing not in the right direction, so anyways, she's wearing a cowboy hat and shorts, and like, I think like kind of a cowboy boot, but it was like a shorter one. It looked like we just rewatched it again for reference.
It was like, let's get real, it was probably like a Stampede Calgary
totally.
food.
No, it was like from Aldo. Yeah, like. So anyways, she's like promoting, I'm going to assume a new listing. You know, we don't really know, like, what else would she be, whatever. But it looked like a really nice neighborhood. So, but like, my takeaways were, so basically what happens is the only part of the video we see, they're obviously doing, like, there's production team. Like, it's not just
full on.
Yeah, it's not just like me on my horse and my friend with an iPhone. Like, she's totally, like, in a GoPro. Like, anyway, so, but so basically, whatever, the horse just kind of starts off one way, like starts trotting, and then like starts like cantering and galloping away, and you kind of see it rounding the corner at the end, and she's like, her cowboy hat, which that's gonna offer a lot of like protection. I wear a riding helmet whenever I'm in the saddle.
There you go.
Yeah, like there's all these things where I'm like, this is like, that's not safe. Like, so she's on concrete. So you're on a horse that's going however fast. You're up high, like you're a projectile. Like, that could end very badly. And you're coming off onto a hard surface. And extra worse, because I could just tell by the sound, they're on concrete. So the horse has shoes on. So those are metal shoes. So if you somehow get caught up in that mix, that's going to do extra damage. And Yeah, so we don't even know. The horse kind of goes off into the sunset, and then they do some sort of legal disclaimer. And then, but I kind of think no such thing as bad publicity. Like, this is probably somewhere in the States. It's come across my desk like numerous times.
Yeah.
But it is, so it's to our point, like, how far is too far? And like, stay in your lane, people. Like, my goodness. Like, I just kind of think, and just as an equestrian, I like, it's not that it's funny, but it's like, these are
like, did it piss you off when you saw that? Like,
I know, but now that I'm talking about it, there's an element I'm like, you idiot. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, I find it reminds me of the, like, nothing against, but let's say an Asian tourist who goes to Banff and wants a picture with the grizzly bear.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't know what you're doing.
But the thing is, too, it's like they had a whole team there. So I'm like, and it doesn't seem like this person was very experienced. So how could she have even been allowed to be on the horse in the first place?
So for sure, this horse was probably marketed to be like docile and whatever. But again, it's a huge animal. Like, and if it's picking up that you're kind of like something suspect, it might think, oh, and then you're like, no, things are really suspect now. And it's like, shit, I was right. Like,
the poor thing that we put animals through sometimes, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, like, so anyway, so, like, so to our point, like, I think both Michelle and I think for sure certain times, like, social media, like, goes too far. Like, it's almost like, my thought on it is like, quit trying to be an influencer and start being a realtor. Like, because it's like, I get that it sells your business and we talk about it. It's like, but at some point, get out there and sell some houses. Like, like, you know,
down to doing it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, right? Like, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, like, selling houses isn't sexy. You know, it's not Instagram worthy, right?
Well,
like, it's not like you're a chef or a baker and you're doing something that's, you know, really cool.
Yeah,
it's like, who wants to see me just like talking over the phone? Like, so I says to the guy, right? Like, who wants to see that?
Well, no, but okay, so you want to showcase, like, if you have a nice listing, like, okay, there's that, but sometimes they're just kind of pretty generic and no one's really gonna flip past, you know, just they're gonna keep scrolling, right? Or whatever.
But I guess that's part of the point too. It's like, even if it's a beautiful home, now has that become like saturation of the market in terms of seeing, oh, you've seen one beautiful home.
Yeah.
Right. Well, now people are upping the game, right? It's like, seeing the beautiful home isn't enough anymore.
Do I call it online real estate? Like, really, hopefully, like, but it's true, because like, this is the thing, people, like, they can just like look out of their market. Oh, now I'm in the States. Now I'm in Dubai. They can look at whatever they want online.
Yeah.
And so if I have a great listing in Keswick, who gives a rent? You know, so now I got to bust Suzu out and we got to do some footage, and
I got to do some dancing, right? I got to be on TikTok.
Yeah, got to get your dance moves down. And so it's really interesting because there are some realtors that do, I think, like, a really good job with social media, and they do it like
authentically,
but they're sort of taking it to the next level, like, certainly more than you would have even 5 or 10 years ago. And they do a good job because they're authentic. But then there's all these realtors who are like, oh, look at this person, like, who's doing a funny video or whatever. And they try and do it. And it's like,
they're like copying it.
And it doesn't land. And it's so
obvious.
Yes. Yeah. And I was telling Michelle, there was, so my photographers, so, you know, as realtors, we have photographers, they do videography, all sorts of things. And so they will help you with video spots and that sort of stuff if you want. And so my photographers were showing me, like, this older gentleman, and I think it's maybe his wife who's his partner or whatever, they sell houses and stuff. And it was so awkward because they were just in front of this, like, sold sign, and they're like, we sold this one in, like, I can't even do it. It was so awkward, but it was funny because I follow my photographer, and so I somehow see this, and I was like, but it stuck out because it was like, there was something endearing because it's like, here's this 70-something-year-old realtor trying to, like, play the game, and it was just kind of cringe, but, like, so it's actually, like, that is the other end of the spectrum. But if you're trying and just doing a soft miss, it's kind of like,
right.
It was a really bad miss. It's kind of like, oh, that's kind of fun.
But it's interesting that even the 70-year-old that wants to just go out and play bingo
and pickleball,
and pickleball, I guess, now feels compelled to appear on social media.
Some young realtors game.
Yeah, well, and that's just it. Like now it's like gloves are off. Anybody can hop on that thing, and everybody is hopping on, which is kind of nice.
Well, but that's a little bit the dilemma. It's like it's so saturated. It's so and the thing is, because it is, there's so much like anything with social media, it's like this is like 1% of reality. Like what you're seeing is not really the truth. And that's a little bit my pet peeve, and even why I got more into social media. Like, I mean, it was a while ago now, but I'm going to say about, I think if we looked at my first Instagram post, it was like probably a decade ago or so. And, you know, and I already have Facebook and stuff.
We should try and pull up your first Instagram post.
Do you know what it is? It's the cutest post ever. It's me and my horse Ted going to the international ring, or not. I wish going to the All Canada ring, but at the Masters, like one of like the top horse shows in the world. And so that was my very first post, I think. So that's how I kind of know the era and stuff. But it could have even been a little more than 10 years ago. Anyway,
I can't even remember.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I could do a deep dive and pull it up. But anyway, so, I guess like I didn't want to get into it because I just kind of feel like a lot of it is, just all optics and like, that's not my style. I don't like to I like to be a sleeper. I don't like to boast. I don't, but it's kind of like, you know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game. So you kind of have to jump on. And so I definitely like had been getting pressure, just at that point to sort of be doing it. And, I definitely do it a lot more now. And one of the things, that sort of, I guess, spurred me on to do it was I would see agents and what they were posting. And so I could see how the public would perceive it. But I knew, like, behind the scenes, and I'm like, no, this ain't true. Nuh-uh. Like, and I'm doing more than that, or it's like, wait, they're like, what they're portraying, I'm like, that's actually me, but I'm not I'm not out there promoting it. And I actually remember, like, also, like, a post once where I posted, an award for the year or something. And again, I just sort of started posting more, and I remember, like, a client being like, or like client actually rode, with the daughter. So I don't actually even think they were clients, but she's like, oh, congratulations, like acting like I'd, really sort of done something super out of the ordinary. And I'm like, this is me every year. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And, so it does work, but it's just like, for me, when I sort of reluctantly started doing it more, it was definitely because part of the reason was like, I'm like, these guys are acting like they're doing this stuff, and they're not. Meanwhile, I am, but I'm not even putting it out there. So, and I can tell you it has helped my business. It does help. And I don't mind a little bit of it. It's like, again, I think you make it authentic. That goes a long way. Make it your own and stuff. And if you do actually have the things to be talking about, great. Yeah. So.
Well, the awards and stuff, it's like, it's a little, I put it on there and I'm a bit sheepish about it because I don't really like, oh, look at me. Yeah. Right. And then with real estate, it's like, it just seems like, oh, didn't we just do this? Right?
12 months ago?
Yeah. It's like, come on. But it is important. It is important and valuable for people to see what you're doing.
Well, and just like it does, I was even, oh my goodness, even this last, sorry.
No, I was going to say, and what I kind of like about it and what I find interesting is that realtors as a whole, like, there's so many different types and different individuals.
Ways of, doing it,
different ways of doing real estate, different individuals doing real estate and their approach. And it's kind of neat to see, like, hidden talents from realtors. Because, like, I've seen some on there when I'm watching, because you know how the algorithm works. You like one real estate video, you're seeing all of them, right? Yeah. And there's some that have, like, come up with songs, right? Or wrapping.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny. I'll have to send them to you.
Okay. Well, so this is the thing. I try not to do too much real estate
I know. Maybe
content.
I shouldn't send them to you.
Yeah. No, but seriously, like I don't love looking at a bunch of that stuff. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But it was interesting. Like even this weekend at the horse show, I ran into some people I know through riding, and I had actually sold something for them earlier this year, but they'd had it on the market with another agent last year and it wasn't selling. And so whoever we were talking to, they're like, oh yeah, and we'd gone with this like big wig agent and he couldn't get it done. And then Jillian, she got it like she was just like singing my praises, but I was like, even then I'm baffled. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I do more than that idiot. Like, it's like perception. And I think that's just like fancy suits and BMWs at that point. Like, I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. It's so interesting to see like, and so that's the thing where it's like, I know I love to be a sleeper, but it's like, it doesn't help me in my business. And so, yeah, you have to kind of put yourself out there and let people know you're doing the things and like, yeah, I just remember like hearing her because she was talking to someone else and like this lady's lovely and she's like, even back when she used to ride at my barn, like she was just always such a cheerleader, right? And so she's like talking about like, oh yeah, what a great job I did for them and like lovely, but she was kind of like, yeah, we had this like kind of, I don't know what she called him, like a big shot or a high profile. And I was like, what? That guy? No, I shouldn't say like, and it's not that doesn't do business, but I'm just kind of like, I think if we ran some numbers, like, and so that's why I'm like, I had to kind of get into that space because I feel like even today, literally yesterday, I'm still getting like sort of, I'm not cheese balling out there enough, like, and I feel like very like Night at the Roxbury is like, like just, I don't even know what that means, but
I don't know. That reference was lost on me. I'm just here thinking of you going like,
do you know what?
I thought you were never going to dance on social media.
Right? No, what's so funny is I remember doing a deal years ago, and maybe this is where this came from, and this is back when you would literally like, this was 20 years ago. All my stories are from 20 years ago. It was, but I remember the other agent and he was like waiting outside and his like white BMW. And that was my client's reference, was they referenced him as like Night at the Roxbury. So like, I just kind of think the guy, the suit, the BMW,
the chiz.
Like, like it's like, but guys, like that's all, know, lights and smoke.
It's like that BMW is leased.
Yeah.
Repo man's coming.
Yeah. No, but it's like, it probably not. Like, I know that like the agent, hey, the 20 years ago, that's a top agent. I can tell you that. This agent does good business, but it's like,
or like now it's like you get that RICA report.
RICA report? I don't even know.
Saying that. A RICA report saying, oh, the following person has been suspended.
Oh, yeah. Real Estate Council of Alberta. Yeah. But I didn't know what that, No. No, and typically we don't have a lot. No, but I'm just saying, like, it is interesting what people perceive. And I guess I'm still struggling with that. It's like but then again, it's my own sort of making, because I'm like, I just want to have a low profile.
Yeah.
you know? So, anyways, but, yeah, social media, it's like almost, yeah.
I mean, I love social media. I like being on there. I think it's a great way to communicate with people. In particular, like Facebook, I think of some of the deals that I've done with people who I've reconnected with in the past. And I think, yeah. And each platform offers different things.
Like I'm not big into Facebook. Like obviously I have the account, but it's like so secondary, and I used to hate this too. Like, so I didn't like when I would see like, oh, if I follow someone on Facebook and Instagram, I'm seeing the same post twice. And so I didn't want to be that person, but I'm that person now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, because I never really go on Facebook, so I just push the real estate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we talked a little bit about like 2 accounts. Do you have a personal account and a business account? You know?
Do you have a personal and a business?
On Facebook, yes, because I think I don't even.
Like, I think in order to do ads, you needed a business
I don't
account.
really do much on Facebook, and I think I should just amalgamate it into one. But on Instagram, just the one account. And that does lead to, so I think, and it's commonplace to be like, if you're in real estate, you can't just come to people, like, they don't want to just see new listings, sold, real estate, open house. Like, they actually kind of don't care about that. You need to put your own, like, a little bit something to
Stamp,
show
your own
who you are. Yeah,
personality.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so that's where, like, well, my handle is Home and Pony Show, which is a riff on Dog and Pony Show, which is kind of like exactly fitting. And yeah, because my life is houses and horses. And anyway, so, you know, there's a lot of horsey content and just like, you know, obviously my kitty Vestie's on there sometimes, and, you know, some other stuff, whether it's like a friend's wedding or, you know, like, you know, just, but I also make sure that there's really nothing out there that, because if you have a business account on Instagram, it has to be open. Like, you can't.
Yeah, it can't be.
You can't be like, hey, you have to request. Yeah, totally. So it's like everything I put out there is like, I don't care if, like, you know, the whole planet knows. Like, it's very generic. Yeah, like there's nothing too racy. But then some people, like, I know, will have the two profiles, and, you know.
Well, yeah, I only have the one as well, and it's hard not to be able to mix the two. Like, as much as you don't want to become identified by what you do for a living, it's hard not to argue that what you do for a living has an effect on your personal life, right?
Oh, for sure. Well,
right, or how you live your life.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I wasn't a realtor, like, part of me is like, I mean, I'd probably have social media, but I'd probably just like go on, look a bit, like never post anything. Like, the reason I'm posting, do you know what I mean? So it's like, it actually is like,
and now that you mention it, I think I would approach social media the same way if I wasn't a realtor either,
yeah, see, this is the interesting difference between us again. So for me, I would very much like, I would have an account because I would probably want to follow some people, and there's some interesting content, and I like enjoy it for that. But my posting would be quite minimal, I think. But definitely, I should be posting on the regular. Yeah, all sorts of things as a realtor. So yeah, because if you can't beat them, join them is sort of where I'm at with the old social media. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing where it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, it is so much part of the business now, and there's a lot of agents who do it really, like, are we going to say, well, yes, because it does give the illusion of them being super busy, you know, but your sort of image or public perception is huge. And, you know, in terms of your business and, you know, maybe getting business or that sort of thing. So, yeah. Uh-oh, we have a level 1 warning. Okay, 10 minutes. All good. Well,
I think this is an excellent time for us to
tap out,
to wrap up.
But I feel like, are we missing anything on social media? I mean,
well, I think we touched on a lot of the stuff that we did last time in terms of going out there, being authentic to yourself. Like, we're not going to be dancing on
no
social.
TikTok dances.
Yeah, we're not. You know, and as much as, hey, if I was a dancer, maybe I would.
Right. Or maybe, you know what, Zuzu makes some reels. I don't know if I'm ever going to, like, interchange her with the real estate itself, but, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, yeah, if there was an opportunity somehow down the road to, like, tie in riding with a list, I don't know. I remember actually, there was a realtor who did a post, and she was, like, literally wearing, like, a gown and like open-toed shoes, and she's in this like dusty pen with a horse. Like, it's just like, when I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, no, if I do it, it's gonna be legit, people. No. Well, but I probably won't do it, so there you go.
Yeah.
No, Zuzu, she's like definitely like has a place on the old social media, but I usually she's not gonna be mixing with real estate. Yeah. I mean, I do remember Ted and I got a picture at Spruce Meadows in front of, like, Remax does some sponsoring. You know, there was that.
Okay. Right.
You know, a little plug there. But usually they don't intermingle.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah. But, yeah. Okay. Well, if that's it, I mean, I felt like, and I don't even know, because today we're re-recording, and you know, if you've been listening to the last episodes, then you know this, but if you've just popped into this one, because what happened was we kind of did some recording and we actually didn't, and so now we're redoing them, and it's like, well, I feel like maybe we touched on some other things that I thought were like poignant the last time, but
I think with this one, I think we got everything.
Okay, if you feel good, then I'm good. Yeah.
Well, and then we're gonna give them some extra little nuggets because we'll show some of the clips that we're referring to.
Oh, yeah. And by we mean Michelle. She's like totally the behind the scenes gal.
And I'm not even gonna air quote it because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, because it's happening. It's happened.
And then cut to me being frustrated and it not happening.
Yeah, to be determined, actually.
Yeah.
To be determined. Anyway, as always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch up with you again real soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, you can follow us on Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.